Coach.
I'll go in the middle.
Okay, we got Coach Tad Boyle, big on X, best in run sheet. What we will do is we'll have Coach start with an opening statement, then we'll open it up for questions. So go ahead, Coach, start us off.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it was a good win. Good to get the uniform on, play against somebody different. These guys have been beating each other up for the last 17 practices, so I know they were excited about it, and I was excited too. You know, Pomona-Pitzer, obviously, my son has played there the last 3 years. He's going into his senior year. My oldest son Jack played for Coach Katz for 4 years before that. So I've been watching that program for the last 7 years, and the one thing I know is, they're well coached. They can really shoot the ball. They're skilled. They can pass the ball. And, we overmatched them a little bit with our size and athleticism, obviously. But I was disappointed in our defense in the first half in terms of giving up 6 threes and plus a three-point play. But we did a better job in the second half. We shut them down to 3. But we got, in the first half, I was happy with our turnovers. We had 5 turnovers in the first half. But in the second half, we got sloppy with the ball and had 10. So, it's about playing for 40 minutes, and these guys will figure that out as we get going. But give us a chance to look at film, and we tried a few different things defensively. Nothing major. We were kind of vanilla on offense. I thought we shared the ball extremely well, and so it was a good first outing.
Obviously, you mentioned the second half, the defense was much better. What were some of those adjustments, or what the halftime?
Well, I think just, energy and making it difficult on them and keeping the pace up, making them work, picking them up full court, wearing them down. I mentioned to these guys after the game that, teams that come in that aren't used to playing at altitude will get tired in the second half. I think that happened with them. And we're a deep team, and I thought we used our depth. But, I thought second half we did some good things defensively. I thought our energy was good, and that's what it's got to be. The big thing is, again, in the first half they had 6 threes and they had 4 layups. Well, that's 18 points plus 8. That's 36 points. We got to make tough twos. If they're hitting jump shots from mid-range over our hand, we'll say, hey, great shot, come down and come down and do it again. But we can't give up layups. We can't give up open threes.
You mentioned playing against Pete. Obviously, had a good game today, 16 points. Would you, any thoughts about that?
No, I mean, obviously I'm always pulling for him. He's my son. I love him and I'm proud of him. I want him to have a great senior year. So, it was good to get him back in front of Boulder but I got a lot of respect for all those kids, and I've got tremendous respect for Coach Katz and Division III basketball in general. I mentioned, I've been watching it for 7 years now. I didn't know anything about Division III basketball until my sons played it, so it was special.
You spoke last week about weekly improvement. How has the group kind of moved forward from last week?
Each week I thought from our first scrimmage that was just with us until last week, and now until this week, I think over the last 2 weeks we've made strides. These guys are coachable. They're listening. They're trying to do what we ask them to do, and that's, as a coach, that's all you can ask. We're not in midseason form yet. Our conditioning got better from 1 week to the next. I thought we were, we didn't play anybody heavy minutes tonight, and that was by design. We weren't worried about foul trouble. We weren't worried about, if a guy made a mistake, he's coming out, or even took a bad shot. I didn't pull anybody out of the game tonight. We had kind of a set rotation that, Coach Roan stuck to, and everybody got a chance. And now it's about going back and digesting the film, because the one thing I've asked these guys to do is to make sure, number one, they're not pacing themselves, and number two, that, you may not play for, as many minutes as you want to play. And that's something we've got to talk about over the next couple of weeks as we get ready for November 4th. Because I think a strength of this team can be our depth, our versatility. You got 2 guys like this, 6'11", 6'10", that, can play inside, can play out. And we got a lot of versatility on this year's team. And Elijah Malone down low is a problem. These guys know that because they have to try to, practice against him every day. And, in the inter-squad scrimmage we had, he didn't get a lot done, didn't get a lot of touches. But today we did a better job looking for him. And so we got, we got some weapons on this team, and we got some depth on this team. We just got to keep developing it.
Bang, you had 16 points. In the second half, you hit a mid-range step back. You had a three-point shot as well. How'd you kind of feel, scoring the ball outside the paint?
I feel like it's something I worked on this offseason, so I feel like it's something that I've added to my game, and I'm pretty comfortable doing it. So I just feel like I'm going to flow with the game and just shoot what I got. Yeah.
Coach, this is pretty much an entirely new team from last year. Talk about what that off season looks like and how you have to coach like it's a brand new regime every year.
Well, look, Bang got mentioned it. The off seasons for these guys to work on their game and improve in every aspect of their game, whether it's ball handling, whether it's shooting, whether it's getting in the weight room, getting bigger and stronger, whatever the case may be. But Banggot has had, I think, a great off season. And Sebi obviously coming in as a freshman, there's no really baseline for me to look at, but he got bigger and stronger in the weight room as well. So the off season's all about individual improvement in their game. Now we did some stuff obviously as a team, as a group. Offensive, we spent 98% of the summer on offense. We played a lot of one-on-one to work on guarding the ball, which we got to keep getting better at. But this team is interesting because we got returning guys like Bangat who are looking for an increased and a bigger role than he had last year. Guess what? He's going to have that. And guys like Sebi who are coming in as freshmen that want to make an impact in this program. Guess what? He can do that. And I'm really proud of both these guys. Not just for today, but just being part of the program and understanding that there's going to be some ebbs and flows in the season. There's going to be good days and bad days. There's adversity's going to hit us. We just got to keep fighting and keep getting better.
Ben, got a question for you. Talking about versatility, and you've been here since last year with the roster changes. How are you kind of moving into that different role this year with Elijah Malone and the rest of the big guys in the front court?
I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with it. I feel like it's something that's pretty good for our team because you see we got 6'10", 6'10", 6'9", 6'11". That's four pretty big guys, and I feel like if we're all able to play different positions, that just spaces the floor, and that's more options for us offensively, and that's just more problems for teams defensively too. So yeah.
And then Sebastian, question for you: how are you feeling after your first college game?
I feel great. I had a great time, and it just made me even more excited for the season to come. And, yeah, just keep plugging along every day, keep learning from the coaches, keep listening, and, yeah, just really excited for the season to come.
Sebastian, what was it like also seeing Felix put together a good game and Andrew also getting some playing time?
It's great. I think we have a really good freshman class that can impact winning this year and moving forward. So I'm just really happy for them, too, and, excited what the future brings.
And obviously this is your first game playing against actual opponents. What was it kind of like with Coach Boyle and the coaching staff in a game setting rather than just a practice or a scrimmage?
It's great. They're an awesome staff, and that's the reason I committed here because I want to learn from Coach Boyle and the rest of the coaches. And, I'm just really blessed to be a player for them.
And kind of, as the last question for me at least, Coach, obviously there's still a decent amount of time until the first game, but what do you think is kind of set in stone from this game, or is there still a lot of moving parts?
No, look, this season is going to be fluid. Roles are going to develop. Roles are going to emerge. Roles are going to be redefined even as the season goes on. So, each guy has to understand what he does well and what are the things maybe he doesn't do real well. And we got to shy away from the things we don't do well. And what I mean by that is if you're not, a great passer, don't look to make great passes. Just make simple plays, right? If you're not a great rebounder, at least box out. You don't. If you can't rebound the ball, it's okay. But the guy you're playing against, they don't get the rebound. So roles, whatever they may be, it's going to be a long season. Again, there's going to be ebbs, there's going to be flows, and high points and low points, and we just have to understand as a group when things get tough. And guess what? We're going to face a team next Sunday that's a lot different than the team we just played from a physical standpoint and an athletic standpoint, and they're going to present a whole different set of problems. Whatever team we play against, again, they're trying to win the game too. They're trying to execute their offense. They're trying to guard. And that's what makes college basketball so much fun, is you see your team grow and develop. And that's, to me, when you look at the Colorado basketball team this year, you're going to see a team that's going to grow and develop as the year goes on. And whether it's individual players within that team or the team as a whole.
One last question from Colin over here.
BD, how do you feel like Tristan helped your progression as a player last year? And how are you going to use that in this offseason and going into this season?
I feel like just watching him, like, our games kind of like translate, I feel like, and we kind of play like each other, and I just try to take on what the tips he did and, like, just ways he took the score and the ways he defended. And I feel like he was really good at, obviously really good at scoring, and he's a really good defender. And I feel like he was pretty underrated, 1 through 5. And yeah, he's just helped me a lot. I feel like just watching him for sure, and just leading by example, really. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. Good job, fellas.